Well, a happy good evening to everybody.
Hello.
Here we are once again, Tuesday night, and it is time for Southern Gospel Forward, episode 25,
Woo!
and the season finale for season 1. Woohoo!
Yeah. Let's go.
Can you believe 25 episodes in? That is amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you all so much for joining us and watching with us. I see a lot of folks already popping on. Good to see you. Would you do us a favor and hit that share button? If you will share us, if you're watching on the SBM Studios Facebook page, that would be a huge help. And then if you're watching us on YouTube, hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That is a blessing to us as well. But you got the crew. We did not think we were going to have Evan with us, and he's going to be in. He may have spotty service, so we'll see how this works. But we need to say hello to a special new face with us tonight. And it is Miss Leah. I tell you what, Leah, I met you a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
At a Kingsman concert, and it was a blessing to meet you, even though you do not know how to operate a GoPro camera for selfies.
I don't.
I know, that was very interesting. The gifts that you left me on the camera were priceless. But y'all are going to enjoy Leah. She's a great family friend, Avery and Evan. And Leah, would you take just a quick second and say howdy to the folks and just say whatever you want to say about yourself?
Sure. Hi, guys. My name is Leah. I just graduated college a few weeks ago, and I'm about to move down to Florida to work for the Walt Disney World Company for their college program. I've been a fan of Southern Gospel for a really long time, and I'm very excited to be here and be able to be a part of this ministry because it's blessed me a lot so far.
Well, thank you so much. And you are a blessing to us, and we're glad to have you on board because I hear you're a pretty good fan of our guests that we have tonight. So that is going to be awesome. Look, y'all, let's go ahead. I do not want to tarry very long, but we have had the blessing of some sponsors this week. And I want to talk a little bit about them. And some of these are new to me, and y'all may have to bear. I'm not going to be super smooth. I actually did a little bit of studying beforehand, and I should have shared this with my friends on the panel. But let's go ahead. Producer Jason, will you kick us off with our first slide? This is a recurring sponsor. We love the Heaven Bound Trio, and they have been a blessing to us over this whole entire year, sponsoring so many episodes. Heaven Bound Trio, wonderful trio. You can see them in the showcase at the National Quartet Convention. And just a fantastic group. You can visit www.heavenboundtrio.com and learn all about them, find their music and their tour schedule. And you can, if you ever get a chance, just thank them on social media or just let them know you appreciate them for sponsoring Southern Gospel Forward. Hey, Aaron, will you want to take this one for me, brother?
Absolutely. We are coming to Thurmond, Maryland, on September the 7th for a dinner concert with Promised Land Quartet and Ivan Parker. Like I said, it is a dinner concert and an absolutely beautiful facility up there at the Thurmont event complex. The dinner provided by Mountain Gate Family Restaurant, and from what I understand, it is delicious, so I'm looking forward to that. But great food, great music, you can't beat it. Save the date, it's September the 7th. Get your tickets, they're only $45. You do save if you buy for a table of 8 or more. You can call that number on the flyer or scan that QR code right there, or go to promisedlandquartet.com and look on our schedule for that date, and we have the link to the tickets there. But we'd love to see as many of you as possible at this concert. It's going to be real fun.
Perfect. Thank you so much. The next one, we had our front row grannies. We appreciate them. They made a donation to us, and little bit more than the individual sponsorship. So there's my artwork for them again. We appreciate the front row grannies for sponsoring Southern Gospel Forward and sponsoring Southern Gospel music. This next one is a new one. New one to me, contacted me the other day, Mr. Gordon Cloud, and Grace Flow Ministries. You can find them at graceflowministries.org. Life is filled with challenging issues such as depression, anxiety, grief, bitterness, and others. The Grace Flow podcast explores how grace meets these issues. The podcast is available on most of the popular platforms, or you can visit the website at www.graceflowministries.org. And we thank them for sponsoring Southern Gospel Forward. Hey, y'all. We got another new sponsor here. Hey, y'all. Oh, hey, y'all. Y'all know who that is. That's
Vonda Armstrong. Yeah,
Vonda Armstrong. And yes, we appreciate them so much for sponsoring us. And yeah, so they do radio promotions, TV promotions, branding, and events. And just a blessing. And one thing that was said in the conversation back and forth that I was trying to find real quick, but one thing that was said when we were talking was that they just absolutely positively appreciate young people in Southern Gospel, the young artists and the young fans. And Miss Paula Hendrick is who contacted us about this. And we appreciate Vonda and Paula and all the work they do for Southern Gospel. And thanks for supporting young folks in Southern Gospel. All righty, here's another one, and we see this a lot. The Champion Brothers over in the West Alabama area are sponsoring a series of concerts. The next one's in Vernon, Alabama at the Vernon City Complex, September 14th, 2024. 6 p.m. is when it kicks off. Doors open at 5. You'll have faithful friends and chosen witnesses always, and the special guests for this event are the Kellys. And you'll enjoy them, a fantastic quartet. No admission charge. A generous love offering will be received. For more information, you can call 205-664-3803. Another new sponsor for this is the Meek Hands for Christ this week. Meek Hands for Christ. And I was contacted by Daniel Meek, a young man, and he has a mission. He scouts Southern Gospel music and makes videos with the sign language on that, signing through the music as it is playing. And he wants to have opportunities to build relationships with the deaf, hard of hearing, and the deaf blind, and also be able to help spread God's word in music from the artist through this ministry. So you can find him on youtube.com at Daniel Meek ASL.
He's gone.
he froze up.
I'm back, right?
You're good. Yeah, you're good. All right.
How did the commercial come through?
Solid Rock did not, but the ASL one we did.
Excellent. All right. Solid Rock. Here we go. Solid Rock radio program is another regular sponsor we've had through the years. Radio host David Harrell. He presents music with a message. And he says, get ready for church with us each Sunday morning. You can listen from 8:15 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time at www.thesolidrockradioprogram.com, or you can find them on Facebook at the Solid Rock Radio Program. And we thank them for sponsoring us so very much. Lastly, this is not exactly a sponsor, but y'all, we're getting really close to the National Quartet Convention coming up September 22nd through 28th at the LeConte Center in Pigeon Forge. You just don't want to miss it. Sunday through Saturday, a lineup of all your favorite Southern Gospel quartets, trios, duets, soloists, and everything that doesn't fit in those categories too. It's a great week. Several great showcases are lined up. Great evenings of concert. If you've never been to the National Quartet Convention, this is your year to go, and we'll be there with you. We are getting ready. I think all of our supplies have come in for the booth that we'll be at, and booth number 604 in the Greenbrier Ballroom. And y'all come see us. We're going to have a good time up there. And then we do have our individual sponsors. And for the episode, Miss Alice Baines, Daniel Garrett, Kyle Goodson, Elaine Harcourt, Daniel Hayes, and Andrew Potts. And we thank them so much for the individual sponsorships. And I put out a little ditty this week that everybody who did individual sponsorship would be entered into a giveaway. On the t-shirt giveaway that we did, those who ordered, we had the winner who actually had a couple of the CDs that was in the pack. So a couple of those CDs got freed up, which was the Inspiration CD and the Kingsman CD. So we spun the wheel, and the winner of this from our individual sponsors is Miss Alice Baines. So we will get her CDs. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, I am done with my commercials. Thank y'all for blessing us sponsoring us, supporting us over these 25 episodes for this first year. You've helped us grow. We are so thankful for the way God has moved through this, and the community of young fans keeps growing. A lot of folk, y'all have met each other through this. And I tell you what, we'll take a couple of weeks off or so, and then we will get kicked off with season number 2. We'll have at least probably one episode before NQC. So y'all stay tuned for that. Remember, if you haven't shared yet on Facebook, please like us and share us on the SPM Studios page. Help us get up the crowd tonight, and watching on YouTube. We love those subscriptions. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Because of the wonderful guest that we have tonight, we're going to go a little different theme. Instead of me playing the goalie and keeping the puck on the table through the whole night, I'm going to yield those duties to Avery. And I tell you what, Avery, how do you feel about just going ahead and kicking off and bringing our guest on screen?
I'm totally fine with that because I know our comments are ready to see her. So please help us make welcome our lovely friend from Karen, Peck, and New River, Miss Kari Gooch Baucom.
Yay! More like your confetti, Riley. That was nice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, how are you guys?
We're good. It's so good to see you.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Thanks for joining us. So I'm kind of going to set the guys up, and hopefully Evan will remember the order. Sometimes he doesn't. How about we go, I might start with Leah and work our way around. How does that work, guys? Work Leah, me, Riley, Aaron, and then Evan. And Scott, you can toss in the comments when we make a round.
Okay.
So that's kind of how we'll flow, Kari. So if you can open up for anybody maybe that hasn't ever seen Karen, Peck, and New River or knows much about you, could you just give us kind of a background and how you got into the music and that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I was born into the music. My mom and my aunt and my dad have had our group, Karen, Peck, and New River, since I think it was before my brother was born. So I think it was like 1991, I think. And then my mom traveled, had my brother, and then I came along in 1996. And I just grew up on the bus. I was homeschooled, and I did college online, and I've just always traveled. I actually started singing with the group when I was 16. My mom got laryngitis one night, and my aunt came to me and said, if you could just come and sing and try to help carry some of her load, that'd be so good. So I did for that one night, and then they never let me quit. So I never stopped after that, and that was about 11 years ago.
I love that.
Yeah, I've always been the shy one, especially in our group. And singing was always kind of hard for me, just to get up in front of the crowd and just put myself out there. So it's been a work in progress of me singing more and more, and even taking solos. It's still like a big deal to me, but it's been a process, and with the Lord's help, He's got me through a lot.
Yeah, but you're doing a fabulous job. I know I always enjoy seeing you sing. So.
Oh, thank you.
So now we'll kind of roll into our normal questions, and I will start off with Leah. I think, did you hear her introduction and her kind of stuff? She's a big fan of y'all's, so.
Yes.
Oh, fun.
I'm going to start out with something a little silly just to jump in. If you had to pick one dessert that is your favorite in the whole entire world, what would it be?
Oh, that's so tough because I'm a sweet girl. So I don't know. Here recently, I've been a big fan of like chocolate cake, just like dark chocolate, like as much chocolate as you can get. So I would probably say chocolate cake right now, but it changes so much.
Sure.
So much. Yeah, that's what I go with.
That is amazing. Me too. I love sweets. I always will have a little sweet treat after I eat food.
I know. And I keep every day I'm like, okay, I'm not going to eat something sweet today. I don't need to eat it. And then at nighttime rolls around. I'm like, man, I could go for something sweet. Ice cream is a big hit in my house. So I keep ice cream on hand just in case.
Yeah, I keep cookie dough in my fridge just for that reason. And I'm always like, oh, I won't eat any. And then at like 10 o'clock at night, I'm out in my fridge, like eating it like a rat. Like
I know. That's it. You can't beat good cookie dough. You really cannot. Right. It's so good.
kind of tacking on to her question, I know you and Matthew do cooking competitions sometimes. Are you used to?
Yes.
So, who makes a better chocolate cake?
Definitely me. Definitely me, obviously.
Right.
But during the pandemic, we did a lot of cooking competitions on our Facebook Live, and I'm pretty sure I won all of them.
Yeah.
From what my memory serves, I won all of them. But I will say Matthew is a great griller. Or he's a great cook all around, but he is a really good griller. So like if you want a steak or ribs or anything like grill and meat centered, he's your guy. But I'm a baker. I love baking, and I don't know who would be best on the side. I'm just gonna say me. So yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Right. Yeah.
Riley, I'm gonna toss it to you now.
So we seem to be on the topic of food. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this question out. It's a question I've done the last couple episodes. I work at Chick-fil-A. So what is your Chick-fil-A order?
Oh, I change mine all the time. Probably just the standard. I think it's number 3, 8 count with a sweet tea. No, actually recently I've been doing like half sweet, half lemonade.
Yes.
And that's really hit my butt. That's so good. So yeah, that's probably what I go with. And Polynesian sauce. That's my preferred sauce.
Polynesian is underrated.
I know. It's so good. But here recently I tried that maple chicken or maple bacon sandwich.
Maple pepper bacon.
Really good too.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Yeah. Do they still have that?
They do.
Yes, we do for the next couple weeks. Then we're going to switch to the pimento is coming back, and then we're going to have a new milkshake, which is the banana pudding milkshake, which I tried today, and it's really good.
We have to go.
I got 4 samples of that today, the little cups, and it was just like,
So
I need
good.
more. Yeah, so there you go.
There you go. That's
Delicious.
what I'm going to have here in a few weeks.
I'm going to get us away from food with my question because I just ate and I'm starving and I don't need to eat anymore. So, like you mentioned, Karen, Peck, and New River started back in like 1991. So there is a ton of music to choose from over the years. But if you were to bring back, let's say 3 Karen, Peck, and New River songs from way back when, which ones would you want to bring back and why?
This is a good question because here recently, I think I was driving, me and my husband were driving somewhere, and we were listening to like way back, Karen, Peck, and New River. And number 1, I would probably say this one's very unique. A lot of you may not know that they had a song called this, but it was called UFO. Like, as in like flying objects in the sky. You guys have to go look at this.
I remember.
Like, you think it's going to be silly, but it's so good. So you should go back and listen to that one. But it's so fun, and like listening to it and knowing it was like back in like the early 90s. It was so like, I bet people were like, what is this? But it was like a good song for them. And then number 2, I would say, Christian in the House is really good. That's another old one, but it's fun. It's a really good one. And then trying to think what else. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Maybe God Likes to Work. That's also a really older one. Yeah. So those are like way, like I barely remember them as a child. But all 3 of them are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, which ones would you want to do a solo on? All of them?
That's a tough one. Maybe UFO, just because it's fun.
Yeah.
So you guys what's your homework for this thing? Is go listen to UFO by Karen, Peck, and New River. Because it's really neat. It's really fun.
Yeah. All right, cool.
So I'm on the road. I haven't talked like this whole episode. That's so not like me. So hence I'm on the road, and I know Aaron was trying to stay away from the snacks. I think I should hit my like iconic question of when you're on the road, what is your favorite road trip snack? And I might just go get it mid-episode, you know?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I go back and forth between, I don't know, probably cheese puffs. Not Cheetos, but like the airy, fluffy puffs. Those are a good classic. You can't beat them. They're just a solid road snack. And then sometimes if I want something sweet, I'm a big Starburst fan. So I'll get some like Starbursts. I won't eat them together, but it just depends on the mood. But I would say my number one would be a cheese puff.
Great answer. We might just into a gas station. And
You should,
I might
yeah.
just get one mid-episode now.
Yeah. Well, and you got to have a Dr. Pepper to go along with it too.
Oh, Evan, don't say your opinion.
We don't talk about Dr. Pepper here on the podcast.
Oh no! Are you a Coke guy?
I'm more of a sweet tea guy. I don't like carbonation because it tastes funny.
Okay,
I hate to sound picky, but I don't like carbonation.
No, Dr. Pepper's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a weirdo who doesn't like it.
Absolutely.
Bless his heart.
Yep.
So, I think we'll go ahead because we've got a bunch of comments. Scott, if you want to handle the comments and see.
All righty. Absolutely. I will jump in. And as always, we love for y'all to participate and give us shout outs. Tell us where you're from, where you're listening, where you're watching. Say hello. If you got a question, put it up there. Miss Elaine Harcourt, one of our sponsors, and she sent us a picture wearing her t-shirt. We appreciate and love her, but she's watching from Warner Robins, Georgia. Yeah. Brianna Harrell. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Howdy.
Daniel Garrett, another one of our sponsors. Good to see you.
Hi.
Hannah Bradford.
Hey, Hannah.
She is with us, and we're excited too. Hannah, thanks for joining us. Rachel Baines. Thank you. Kari knows her. Good evening.
Oh, yeah.
Art Loden. Hey, guys. Good to see you. Brian Park. Good evening from Ohio.
Hey.
Hello.
Tiffany Roby. Tiffany is checking in. Says, hey, y'all. Miss Nina Harrison. She is watching again from Winter Haven, Florida. Thanks so much for joining us.
I'm jealous.
Becky and David Harrell saying hello from Cairo, Georgia, that is. But yeah, they're one of our sponsors, Solid Rock. Thank you so much.
There they are.
There they are. They're in two places at the same time. Miss Annette McKee Brown, she and Hannah are watching, and they love Miss Kari. Hannah says, hope everyone has a blessed week. Thank y'all for joining us and being a part of us. Joshua Reese from Charleston, West Virginia. Kevin Sandlin is watching. Hey, Nightingale.
That's me.
I love
The boys are the night owls. I'm the girls are the nightingales.
I like it. I like it.
Very
nice.
Yeah. Mr. Joe Sims is watching from South Carolina. Looks like we're covering the states again tonight. Becky Masters joining us from Northwest Ohio. Good to see you. Andrew Potts, one of our individual sponsors. Hey, brother. Good to see you. Paula Hendrick. Hey, it was great talking with you today, Paula, and thank you for reaching out to us and letting Hey Y'all sponsor us. We appreciate that. Gospel Messenger. We're glad to see us back, too. Thank you so much for joining us all through this year. Miss Alice Baines, the winner of our little giveaway. She's going to get a couple of CDs out of that. That's a blessing. Thank you for watching. She's like my other mother. Lindsay is watching on YouTube and says hello. Chase Emery. We're getting a lot of howdies here. We'll get some questions and comments. Oh, I know this guy. Chandler Baucom is watching.
Hey,
I'm not your wife.
Miss Johnny Parrish is watching, and she thinks Kari is awesome, and we do too.
Johnny's awesome.
Wilma Ayers Crawford says hello.
I work with her actually when I'm not traveling. I cut hair. So Wilma works in the salon with me. I told her I was going to be interviewed on here tonight, so she's tuning in.
Perfect. Perfect. We appreciate her. And Whitney Holcomb is watching. Hello to you, Miss Whitney. Justin Owens is from South Carolina and says good evening.
Pine Ridge boys.
Yeah. Blaine Rayleigh. Howdy, friends. He's been with us the whole time through this whole year too. JP Turner, thank you for watching. Nicholas Wilkie. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Yes, Nick is awesome dude. Bethany Cheney from Mississippi says hello. Jonathan Rigdon. Hello,
howdy.
Hi.
Brandon, Mississippi, represented by Brent Big B tonight. Chase Emery says howdy. I think that's the second one. Hey again.
Hi, Chase.
Paula says you are a blessing, Kari. You're a
Aw,
blessing to
that's
so
sweet.
many.
It's so sweet.
Absolutely. Okay, curious how Kari feels about coffee since Matthew roasts his own coffee, because I know how Miss Karen feels about coffee. So how does Kari feel about coffee?
Yes, I'm a big coffee lover, a
Okay.
huge coffee lover. But, and Matthew's aware of this, I'm actually, well, I've kind of converted now to a Dunkin' Donuts girl.
Oh,
Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. Matthew's aware that I cheat on solid ground coffee. But I do love either Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, either one. On the road, though, I will drink solid ground coffee because that's all we have on the bus. But but Matthew's aware of my love for Starbucks and Dunkin'. But any kind of coffee I love.
Mhm.
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm with you on Dunkin's. They're good.
Yes, yes.
Rachel with another comment. She loves you, proud of you. I think she's got a question. We'll pop in a minute. You heard it first with Riley about the in and out from the Lord's chicken. You know, I am the one on this panel, and I guess I'm the only I'm probably the only Baptist for sure that does not eat chicken. I will not touch it. So I am not. I'll eat the waffle fries. I love the peppermint chip milkshake and some of that from Chick-fil-A. So, but no chicken. Michael Anderson, hello, brother, from Columbus, Georgia. Georgia is getting a big representation. Here's Miss Rachel's question. What is your favorite scripture verse or favorite hymn, and why?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think right now my favorite verse would be I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Just because you can use it in any situation, whether you're happy, whether you're sad, whether you're excited. It covers all aspects of what you could be going through at that time. So probably that verse right now. And my favorite hymn is probably "It Is Well with My Soul." Just because I love that. It's just, whatever happens, it is well. It's going to be okay. So Grant actually sings that sometimes in concert, and he does such a great job. And every time I hear it, I'm always like, wow, that's such a great song. So yeah, definitely "It Is Well" is my favorite hymn.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Hannah wants to know why Scott is Gandalf the White. We put these little names up. So Hannah has noticed that. Hannah, couple of reasons. First of all, I am the one on the panel who has white in my beard and in my hair a little bit. So I am the old wise owl. Or I don't know about the wise, but I'm the old owl in the group. And I am a nerd who loves all things Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So if you haven't read it, you need to read. Don't just watch the movies, read the book.
That's my husband's favorite movie.
Yeah.
He cries. He's probably gonna get mad at me for telling this, but he cries like when the start of it comes on and the music of the first one. Like he always gets emotional. He just loves it so much. So
That's good stuff.
get along great.
Good stuff.
Now I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, you haven't seen those?
No.
Avery.
I know.
I haven't either.
In the episode early tonight, so y'all can.
They're all like 4 hours long.
Yes, they're
my
long.
cousin used to watch them when I was younger, and I'd be like, "Oh, I hate this. It's 4 hours long."
Right.
But they're good.
They are, and my wife will roll her eyes because I can sit and I can start and watch the Hobbit through the Lord of the Rings, never stopping all the way through. And then if I get through the day watching it, I can start it back again tomorrow. That's me. And she's like, "You've seen this 4 million times. You can quote line, move on." But anyway, all right. So Jason is giving me the shut up sign. So I think that's all of the question. He really did. I'm sorry. You can't say, we'll bring him in a minute, but he really, y'all know y'all in my studio, so he is like right over there. But anyway,
Hey, Jason.
us, and he's used to that. We go back a long, long way. All right, Avery.
I'm ready again.
Hey.
Okay, so you kind of already hinted at it, and I was going to ask this question because I asked everybody. If you weren't singing with your family full time and you had to have like a normal job, what would you do? You said you do hair, and I know your dad has done hair So can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, I would probably do. I definitely do hair. I started doing hair probably. It was right before the pandemic, so like the end of 2019. My dad owns this hair salon. Actually, it's kind of like a family business, and I never really wanted to do it. But he was having some health issues at the time, so I went out and was helping him wash and dry hair. And I thought, well, if I'm out here all day, I might as well get my hair license. And that was almost 5 years ago. So that's one of those things I kind of fell into and then never stopped. But I do love it. So if I didn't travel, I would just do that full time and work in a hair salon.
That's awesome. I knew your dad did hair. I didn't know he owned his own salon. That's super cool.
Yeah, he's actually going on 50 years next year of doing hair. So no one would ever think by talking to him or like, if you meet him. Right. And that's actually how he and my mom met. My mom went in and got her hair cut by him, and she thought he was really cute. And they eventually started dating, but that's how they met.
And he's done her hair ever since, hasn't he?
Yes. Well, until he passed it off to me. So now I'm like the New River hair stylist. So I cut all boys' hair and all the family members' hair. So, but I enjoy it. It's fun.
Yeah, that's super cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Kind of on the same topic. I know that you're probably on the road more than you are off. So what are some activities or hobbies, kind of, if it's hairdressing, that just really pour into your cup and make you energized to get back on the road?
It sounds bad, but usually like when I'm home and I'm not working in the salon, I enjoy having just days where I just lay on the couch or just
for sure.
I don't really have hobbies. I'm more of an introvert. So usually like in order to be recharged, I kind of have to like have some me time. But probably like watching movies, watching TV, or in the summer, my husband and I, we built a house and we have a patio area outside on our porch. So like in the afternoons, we've been every afternoon pretty much this summer, we spent out on the patio, and that's been my favorite time. Is just to kind of like sit out. We've got our animals running around and just kind of sit there and talk and just kind of recharge that way.
That's amazing. That sounds like the dream. Like getting older and having just a patio. That's amazing.
Right. It's so fun. So yeah, but I would say I'm more recharged by just like quiet times, versus, I don't know, talking. Like my mom's energized by talking to people, and I don't mind talking. But I'm more energized by like, being to myself and just being quiet. It's such an old person answer, but that's kind of
yeah. All right, Riley.
What is some? Oh,
sorry, Riley.
What is some? You're good. You're good. What is something you've listened to or read that's encouraged you lately?
It's really soon, but pretty much anything that I've seen Autumn Nealon post about here recently, like that's encouraged me so much, just to see her and to see how she's handling this terrible tragedy that's happened in our industry and to her personally in her personal life. So I noticed earlier today, like she posted a video talking about their new album that's coming out, and just seeing how she's handling everything has just encouraged me so much. Just from afar, just encouraged me that, the Lord really does give you that peace that surpasses all understanding, no matter what you may have gone through. He gives you that peace and giving her that strength to go on. So
that's really good.
Absolutely. So in your introduction, you talked about how when you got started singing, it was because the family needed help. And you just mentioned when you started hairdressing, it was because your dad needed help. So my question is that servant's heart quality something that you've kind of always had and just developed over time, or is it something that you've had to let the Lord teach you because of the situations you've been put in, and you may not have really had a choice but to help out? Is that just something that the Lord has had to teach you, or did he help that nurture something that was already there for you, I guess is my question.
I would say that's probably a gift that he's given me. I feel like that is actually probably one of my strong suits. I enjoy being a person, say, in the background who's, helping people get to where they need to be. I'm organized, so I like to help my mom stay on track of something she needs to get done. And I'm kind of a person who, like, you see something needs to get done and then I'll just go do it. So I would say that's probably a gift that the Lord has given me naturally. And as far as singing, I mean, that kind of came into play. And then as well as the hair salon, I saw that where family members needed help and I was willing to jump in and help. I would say probably where I struggle the most and where where he's had to help me is being more out front and being more vocal and more vulnerable and just putting myself out there, because I am more comfortable in the background, just getting stuff done in the background. So the thing, he always puts me in front of people, which is where I struggle, but in the same way, I'm still helping and I'm still filling a void that needs to be done. So it's kind of a mix, between the two. But I would say having a servant's heart is probably something that he gifted to me naturally.
That's cool. No, that's cool. I was just interested to get your perspective on that, because I mean, it's happened either way. It's really, and it's obvious that that's grown as far as you being out front and all that. But it's just cool to get your perspective on that. Thank you.
Yeah. I would say I love helping. I like being needed and then being able to help in the way that someone needs me to fill in and help. That actually is what fulfills me the most, is when I know somebody needs something and I can actually help them in that area. But the problem where I struggle the most is if it's in a public setting and then I have to stand there and be public with it. But the Lord's working on it. He's got it. So it's been a process.
Good deal.
I'm actually going to steal one from the group or from the comments. Jonathan Rigdon put this one up, and can y'all still hear me? Am I incredibly spotty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Jonathan Rigdon put this in there. If Karen, Peck, and New River were to get a bass singer, who would you personally put in the group?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
That's a really good question.
That is hard. Like, do I get to steal from other groups?
Yes, you can steal from
I get to
or
steal
if you
from
want to hire a guy, I mean, I've been known to sing it.
Right. I mean, Evan, I know, is a pretty good bass singer, right? Yeah. I mean, if you don't have a job, you could definitely fill the spot. So no worries on that. But if something came up, if something came up, I don't know. There are so many good bass singers in the industry. I don't even know. I hate to pick one, but they're all so good. We'll just go with Evan. We'll just go with Evan, and you get the job. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Pack your bags. We leave Friday night, so
Yes.
There we go.
The bass singer Rodney Baucom.
Mm-hmm.
Make it part of the family. Keep the family tradition. I'm not needed. Let him do it.
well, if Rodney can't do it, you got it. Don't worry.
That's only half a joke. Rodney can actually sing pretty well.
Yeah, he's a great bass singer. He really is.
Yeah. So, okay, everybody asked their question, right? Okay. Scott, you want to pop some more questions in, because we have gotten a ton online.
We do, and I just kind of took myself out and just enjoying the show, if that's okay with y'all. Like I said, these folks on the tube don't need to see me; they need to see you guys. Yes, we love these comments, and we got several starred and a few questions, I believe. So I'm ready if you are. There we go. We have. Oh, this one is awesome.
I don't know where Bug Tussle's at.
Bug Tussle.
I've never heard of Bug Tussle.
That's because there is one gas station and $1 General in Bug Tussle, and that is it.
But it used to have an amazing steakhouse before it burned.
It did.
Yes, it did. I know, but very few. If you know where Bug Tussle, Alabama is you are either a true Alabamian or you have just done some traveling on some back roads.
You
Kevin,
made a wrong turn somewhere.
all right. And ask Kari if she likes jerky. Now, is that a loaded question? Where's that coming from?
I don't know where that came from. It may have come from the Night Owls, but I like beef jerky a lot.
Okay, so he's
And
probably
deer
heard that
jerky,
before.
surprisingly. I do
Okay.
like turkey. Yeah.
Oh, and Evan is getting some feedback from the peanut gallery.
If I get them
Doing my
I'm
job.
gonna get a Dr. Pepper, and if I barf on this podcast, all of you fault.
But it'll be for our entertainment. So just go. Just try it.
You are
Use Skyrocket.
This is the
Okey-dokey.
grand finale of it.
And this is where we move on. Darren asked, what advice would you give kids' parents and grandparents to encourage younger folks to listen to Southern gospel music?
What advice I would give? I would just say to keep playing the music, whether in your car or when you're cooking dinner or you're in the house, just play Southern gospel music. And I think a lot of younger people would enjoy Southern gospel music if they just knew about it. More people
Right.
knew about it. I think that's a lot of the problem now is it's kind of getting weeded out by contemporary and worship music, which is great.
Yeah.
We need that too. But I think if you just continue to play it, and whether or not you think they're listening, I'm sure they are listening, and deep down it's going in there, and I think eventually they'll come around and be like, hey, what are you playing? And you can tell them, and you can encourage them to listen to this genre more.
Well said. And yes, and I agree so much with the way Gerald says it, that if it's presented positively and you play it for them, there's so much to offer. I mean, so many things across the Southern gospel genre, and there is something for everybody. So
Absolutely.
and I love it all. So, all right, well said, Kari. Deanna McCann from Oklahoma says she watched you grow up on the road.
She did. We just saw her in Seminole, Oklahoma. It was super hot outside, and it was an outside concert in Oklahoma in the middle of June. But yeah, I've grown up around Deanna. I love her.
Perfect. Stuart and Michelle Bland from Glenville, Georgia says hello. Thank you for joining us. Luann Townsend Jordan from East Texas.
Wow.
Salute. Temple Heavener, I hope I said that correctly, says she's going to see you Saturday night.
I'll see you there, Temple.
Laura Jo Wedgeworth from So-So. It's just So-So, Mississippi. So, yeah. Okay. Kevin Sandlin, there are night owls listening in. That's so he heard the jerky. He heard the jerky part from Night Owls, apparently. So
okay,
right.
I must have been asleep on that episode.
There you go. And Benny and Ashton from Iron Edge Ministry says hello. They love you.
Yes, those are Chandler's cousins. So I guess they're now my cousins.
Yeah, and John Sanderland from sunny Alaska. Thank you so much for joining us. Memphis Ray. Good evening. And I think I saw Memphis Ray is from, I can't remember where they said they were from. Was it South Carolina? Because that kind of caught me off guard that Memphis was from South Carolina. But anyway, all right. David West is watching from Middleton, Ohio. Rachel is sure there's special moments to choose from, many special moments to choose from. What's one of your favorite memories from your wedding?
Oh, that's a good one too. I know people say this, but my wedding day was kind of a blur, and I think that's the case for a lot of girls, especially. Probably. So we got married in Arizona, and we got married at one spot, and then we rented a Jeep and drove up to the top of this mountain with our photographer and took our wedding pictures. So I would say that's probably the most special moment because it was just the two of us, and then our photographer. But it was just a neat experience too. It was like an adventure because we're driving up to the top of this mountain. It was really bumpy, and we were trying to talk to the photographer, and we were bumping all around. It was kind of it was a fun memory, and it was an adventurous memory for us. So probably that ride up the mountain and then taking our pictures there on the side of the cliff, that was a fun memory too.
That's good stuff.
And they did a documentary on y'all's wedding, right? And it's on Singing News.
It's on Singing News TV, yeah.
If you want to go watch that, go subscribe to Singing News TV and watch that.
yeah, you get the full story there.
Hey, Avery, send them a bill for that sponsorship. But yes, that's really
I love singing news.
I do
TV.
too. I do too. Yeah. Nancy Cook Farley from Lakeland, Florida. Thank you for joining us. Amy and Vanyo, I hope I said that correctly. I love you, Kari. Watching from Indiana, what is your favorite memorable moment, funny or sweet, from traveling on the road?
That's such a tough question because there's so many memorable moments. One that really stands out, I don't even know how old I was, but I think Devin McGlamory was with us at the time. Anyway, our bus had broken down on the side of the road. I don't know where we were, but we had been broken down all day long. And that was kind of a memory as a child. Like, I feel like our bus broke down all the time. So that noise of like being stopped on the side of the road with tractor trailers zooming by, like that's a core memory. And that sound just brings me back. But we had been broken down all day long and we were starving. So Devin McGlamory got on the phone and ordered a pizza, and he convinced them to deliver it to the side of the road. I think it was like Papa John's or something.
Wow.
He convinced them because they didn't want to do it, but he talked them into it. So we pulled like a folding table that we normally set our product on, and we put it out in the grass on the side of the interstate, and we had like a picnic right there, a picnic on the side of the road. And so I would say that's a very memorable and funny moment. I'm surprised I still remember it because I was probably super little, but it really stood out and made an impression, and that was just a fun time.
That's good stuff. All right. Tina Rackley says she loves Karen Peck and New River, and she's from Wilmington, North Carolina. Thanks for joining us, Tina. Peggy Matthews from Clinton, Mississippi. We're getting a lot of check-ins tonight, and we appreciate our viewers so much. From Louisville, Kentucky, Tony Goforth is watching.
Oh, Tony.
Oh, Tony. Samantha Lewis from Kansas. Janine Burke.
Yeah,
close to home.
Yeah, you're in my backyard.
She loves Matthews coffee, so good stuff. Karen Grimes is in Maryland. She says, love you, Kari. Crystal Mackey, what is your favorite song from the 222 album? That's tough, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think my favorite is Bless His Holy Name. Okay. On the 222 album. We never singled it, but every so often I'll go back and I'll pull that song up and I'm like, man, I love this song so much. So probably Bless His Holy Name.
Yeah. The whole album is so fantastic.
Yeah.
Brendan McFarland says hello from Carmi, Illinois. I'm seeing a lot of cities and states. I sent t-shirts too. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Memphis Ray is Chase in North Carolina. So I saw that. I stand corrected. Gordon Cloud, one of our sponsors tonight, and we appreciate you so much for joining us tonight. I think we're getting semi-close. Okay, this is similar. Is this Darren's same question?
Yeah, same question.
Well, no, not so much. Maybe how to get involved. So I guess maybe let's frame this another way. Let's frame this till we have a huge viewership of young people who may have the heart that they may want to eventually get into Southern gospel music. So if that's the case, what would you say to them? What would you say to some of the young folks that might think that they would like to be in Southern gospel music one day?
I would say just keep going to concerts, keep talking to different artists. Every artist you come across, just ask them, what can I do to get involved? Or do you have any tips for getting involved? And also look into sometimes Singing News will do internships and other production. I think IMC might do some internships as well. And that would be a great way to get involved. I mean, whether you're a singer or you want to do something in behind the scenes, I think just continuing to go to concerts and talk to the artists and talk to the sound people and just make friendships and get advice from people that way is a great way to get involved for sure.
Great advice. Advice. Brendan McFarland, growing up in the early years, who were your best friends on the road? Because all of these Southern gospel group kids were together and family and run around all over. So who was your best friends on the road?
So when I was very little, Morgan Easter has always been probably my like number one best friend. On the road, I still talk to her pretty much every day. So back in the day, especially like NQC and singing at sea, the cruise every year, it would be Morgan Easter, Jared Stuffle, Austin and Ethan Wisnett, and then my brother Matthew and my cousin Joseph. So that was like our core crew, and it kind of changed through the years. It grew, and now we're super close to like Chris Irwin, Katie Irwin, all the Irwins, and it just kind of grew through the years. But for sure, Morgan Easter would be my number one childhood, all the years, best friend.
It was so awesome watching your age group grow through the years together.
Yeah.
You know, that was
I mean, that was because I was homeschooled, so they were my friend group, even though we all lived in different states and we all traveled around. I didn't really have friends here. I really still don't have friends in my hometown. I just have those Southern gospel friends that are like family now. We actually have a group chat that we'll chat in pretty much every day, and we'll just talk about random stuff every day. So it's fun. Oh, I see Evan has made a pit stop.
Pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr.
Carbonation.
Evan, before I go to the next question, do not do anything to projectile on camera.
Yeah.
Do not.
Do it off camera.
This is a G, no more than PG rated show. So just ease up.
There you go.
Here we go.
All right.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm going to keep on with questions. Okay. So you just kind of sit there and have fun with that. So Michael Anderson asked, what's your favorite college football, I guess, team? Do you like sports?
I am not a big sports person, but by association, I have to be a Georgia Bulldog by association.
There you go.
Yeah.
You all right, Evan?
That made my eyes water.
Yeah, you look like you were struggling to get
it. Was. It's carbonation's wild.
You look like that little meme of that little girl who's eating food and trying to say it's good. I don't know if y'all seen that, but she's like,
yes. She's like, yeah. I love that.
Sabrina Melton says hello, and she loves you, Kari. I think we're getting a little bit toward the end. We're trying to hurry. Chandler Baucom, patio time is the best time. Absolutely.
It is the best time.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Chandler and I have had a little off-screen chat going after that whole Tolkien connection with the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. So,
good.
Y'all talk amongst
He'll
yourselves.
talk about it all day.
Jaden Austin is. What is your favorite venue? Do you have a favorite venue to sing at? Maybe.
I don't know if it's a venue, but I mean, obviously, I look forward to NQC and Singing in the Sun every year. So those are big highlight weeks, I guess, out of the year that really stand out. And obviously, the Ark. Every time we're at the Ark, that's such a great venue to sing at. So yeah, probably any of those. Any of those are great. I look forward to it every year.
Perfect. Oh, Tiffany is campaigning for Aaron Swain to be the bass singer for Karen Peck and New River.
We're taking applications too. Pat Garker. Of course, he only watches the Guardians on CNN News TV.
My favorite.
He's his favorite bass singer too, I think.
Yeah. So Danielle Meredith says, "Hey, girl." I guess that's Miss Kari. Yeah. Allie Guerin watching says, "Howdy." Hey, Allie. Good to see you.
Hey, Allie.
All right. So my first question is, looking at time, Kari, are we okay on time? Okay. You can give me like a baseball no signal or something.
I'm good. I'm here.
If we're running long. Okay. So a couple of things here. Avery, before I turn it back to you, a couple of quick things. First of all, and I know that through the last year or so, especially, that my best friend in the world and his family has been traveling around and seeing Kari and Karen Peck and New River a lot on the road. And I want to bring Jason and Dawson in and let Jason ask a question to Kari.
Oh, fun. Hey.
Howdy.
After I unmute him and let him talk. There you go.
Hey, now can you hear me? So just to start out with, so that everybody knows, I did get the memo about the shirts because I have my shirt right here, but I thought I would represent the KP&R brand tonight.
We
So
appreciate that. Yeah,
there
you're
you go.
advertising for us tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, like Scott said, over the last year and a half, we've really gotten to know Karen and all of KP&R and gotten to know Kari real well and just appreciate all that she does and gotten to see her open up more. And so Kari, we do appreciate you coming and being on the show tonight. But I would ask, my question is, obviously you mentioned it earlier in the show that you grew up in the music and you're around it all the time. And I want to know, just from your perspective as a young artist in this industry, what is it about the music that keeps you getting on the bus week after week?
I don't know. I guess the music's in my blood in a way. I've always grown up loving it. I love traveling and I love being able to sing the music and watch the Lord work through it to touch people's hearts and to lift their burdens. And sometimes like I'll be singing and I'll see like this grown man and he'll just have tears running down his eyes. And to me, that touches me so much, just knowing that the Lord is working in him and helping him in whatever his situation is. And that's my favorite thing about the music is watching the Lord use it in each person's life. And he uses it in each person's life differently. So yeah, I would say just watching the Lord move, I guess.
There's definitely a message in the music for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jason, for that question. And I'll hang in with us just for a second. Well, sure. you and I will go off together here in a minute. How about that?
Okay. Sure.
Anyway, boy, I had to pull something back in my mouth there for just a second. It almost came out. But anyway, we'll let that hang.
Easy
now. Hey, Evan, I ran him off. I scared him to death. He just left.
He might have needed to have puked.
Yeah, I saw his face with that Dr. Pepper. So.
That was great. So, a couple of things. Birthday boy Gary Casto is in the house, and he says Ohio State. I guess
we just talked about that this weekend. We sang with them. So sorry,
it's
Gary.
Time for me to sing happy birthday. No.
And I know that we try to keep this at least a PG rated show, but Pat Parker did put some language in here, so we'll put that up. That's tough.
No, thank you.
And I'm kind of like Kevin Sandlin. I believe in her heart that Kari is an Auburn fan like Grant and Kevin and me.
No.
Anyway, all right. Kari, I'm not going to ask many questions tonight like I normally do, but I do have one. Okay. And I love to watch your age group now. Your age group is the group, just like when I was talking to Connor and Bailey and Kennedy the last show, your age group is the group where the young folks kind of flock to now. I see them come to you at the table. I see them spending time with you and they want to be around you and they just want to soak up everything around you. And I see young artists like yourself spending time. I think you've got the chip off the block. I've seen Karen is one of the most generous people with her time I've ever seen at a product table. And I know you've got that in you as well. But I would like to know, as you growing up and when you, like you said that Susan kind of, that wasn't an NQC when Karen had laryngitis, was it? Because I remember one time in NQC she had laryngitis, but I don't think you filled in that particular. That wasn't your first time doing that.
No,
okay.
She did have laryngitis one year in NQC, but
yeah,
I think it was like February.
Okay. But you kind of got thrust into that spot, you filled in and then you really haven't stopped since. And so I know with the family that is Southern gospel music that there were countless people who poured into you, who encouraged you, who lifted you up. And maybe could you just speak to a few special people, from the previous generation that poured into your life, spoke into your life and encouraged you and mentored you as you were growing as an artist?
What you mean, like the people who have spoken to me, or yes. What would I tell the generation below me?
No, the ones who have spoken into you. Who are some people who influenced you and gave you their time?
There's so many, because I think like the generation above me, they watched me grow up and they always saw how shy I was. Actually, Sherry Easter, she you never know it now, but she grew up and she was super, super shy. And when mom had me, she would talk to Sherry and be like, how do I, my mom's doesn't have a shy bone in her body. She would ask Sherry, how do I deal with a shy kid? Because my mom didn't want to push me past my limits with me being so shy. So definitely Jeff and Sherry Easter, they always encouraged me to step out and sing. The Tallies, Lauren and Deborah Talley, they watched me grow up and they knew how much of a big deal it was for me to be on stage. There are so many. I'm having a blank right now. Those are probably the two that stand out the most, but there have been so many more above me that, you know, we sing with them at concert. Josh Singletary, I remember one time I sang a solo and I was really nervous, and he probably doesn't even remember it, but I wasn't feeling great about how I did. And he was just talking about how he could tell it was a big deal and how much of a good job I did. And he just said, you know, keep doing it. And he still gets nervous, he says. So that's comfort to me, knowing that people who don't seem like they're nervous, they come to me and say, I still get nervous when I do this and when I do that. So that was a big comfort to me, especially at that time. But there have been so many people, too many to count, that have poured into me and you know, just encouraged me along the way.
Yeah, that's so special. And yeah, I know you've been reserved in by personality through the years. I guess one of my favorite things to think about with you, and I don't know, I remember the year that you won the favorite young artist, that award. And when you went up to that stage to win it, there was this joy on your face. I mean, you could tell that it meant something to you, that it was special, you know, to have that accolade, that the fans were loving on you like that. And I don't know, it just seemed for that little moment that your reserved nature kind of fell off just for a second, you know.
It did. Well, I think I was just in shock too. And I guess I blacked out or something, but it really meant so much to me that people saw me on stage and thought enough about me to cast their vote. And that in that moment, it just was kind of overwhelming, where I was just like, whoa, they actually see me, because I just assume that people come to our concert and they see Mom and they see Matthew and they see everyone else, but it really meant a lot that they actually saw me as a singer as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last thing that I'm going to do before I turn it around, maybe for another round or two, we promise you we won't keep you too long. But this is probably this place in the show where you're going to be put on the spot the worst.
Oh,
so just,
okay.
This is it. This is it. So Trevor Conkle started a tradition in episode 1 of Southern Gospel Forward. He started this, and we've continued it the whole time, because he wanted to turn the tables and ask a question to the interviewing panel.
Okay.
So at this point in time, we turn it over to you. You can ask a question to the group collectively as a whole. Everybody answer the same question. If there's something, you know, you want to especially nail somebody on, you know, you can be as mean or as gentle as you want to do, but this is your time to turn the tables and see what you can pull out of the Southern Gospel Forward panel.
Oh, that's tough. I wish I had more time to prepare. I really would like to stick it to you guys, but I cannot think of a hard-hitting question. So I wish Evan was here so I could ask him this too. But it's just going to be a random one. How about that?
Okay.
If you guys could have one superpower, what would you pick? It's random, but I got it.
Wow, that's unique.
Anything in the world, anything. I'll go ahead and answer. I would like to fly. I would like to be able to fly.
So that's a funny story with me, Evan, and Leah. Like, Leah's my cousin, and she like grew up with us, hanging out at our house, I think almost as much as her house. Yeah. So we actually had this little game when we were like little kids, and we were like this troupe of made up imaginary superheroes. And I remember I was like Fire Girl or something. Yeah. So like I had like fire powers. Evan was Grass Man. I remember that.
I was Grass Man.
He was Grass Man. I was Water Ice, I think. Yeah.
But that's fun.
That was like the best. Like oh yeah, Mom texted me the name. I was called Ember Flame. Like I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
That is a good name. That's a really good name.
As an adult, I would rather be able to like read people's minds.
Oh no. That's dangerous.
That's
dangerous.
too much. I don't think I'm strong enough for that.
Either that or teleportation, so I don't have to travel.
You just snap your fingers. That's it. That's nice.
Yep.
This is going to sound really random and specific, but I really love to read. So if I could just snap my fingers and like the book that I'm thinking of come in my hands, I think that would save me a lot of money and time.
Oh, wow.
That's a good idea. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Who's next? Riley.
I guess I'll go next. So I would probably say teleportation, because going to all these concerts would be so much, and visiting family and different things would be so much easier if you could just be there instead of having all this travel time and everything. So that would probably be mine.
That's a good one. That'd be very handy.
Yeah, I would say flights, with the caveat that I get to fly at whatever speed I want to. So I could either do it as fast as possible to make it feel like teleportation, or fly, slow enough that I can see the sights while I'm traveling, but it would be faster than taking a car or bus or whatever. So
Right. That's a good one. That's like Superman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to go last. Jason.
Well, I'll go with sing bass like Pat Barker.
That's a good one. I don't know. That's a superpower? Yeah, that's good.
I feel like Pat is not a superpower.
He don't make him think that he's a superhero.
And now I'm gonna pay for this probably, but he's my buddy. But I want to hear what Dawson would have to say.
Yeah.
Super strength.
Super strength. Okay.
Super strength.
I would say I was just being funny, obviously, but mine would be fly. My superpower will be fly.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And I will go last. And if I could, I'll just be a superhero, and I will be the male version of Captain Marvel from the Avengers series, the Marvel comics. And I don't know if anybody on this panel watches that and has any idea, but
yeah.
Captain Marvel can fly. She's got the strength. She can like blow everybody up with fire and all that kind of stuff, the power, the ultra. Yeah. So I'll be the male version of Captain Marvel.
I hate that I know so much about Marvel characters, but I only watched it in high school because the guys that I like Marvel. So I was like, if I know about the superheroes, they'll think I'm cool. I did not like.
That was good. That was a good question, Kari. That was a very unique, random question. So that was good.
Thank you.
And the last thing I'm going to do, because this was sent to me, is I'm going to put this up before I turn it over to Avery. And Avery, do you want to speak to this?
Yeah. So, fun fact about Evan and probably Leah too was their first ever Southern Gospel concert was this one. This this was over in Georgia, and it was like the Florida Boys and Karen Peck and New River, and this was probably like 2000. What year, Mom? Oh, I think it was around 09 or 010.
Wow.
Somewhere around in there.
So cool,
I thought I'd seen a picture since I have, we had him, but we have all three of us on here. But that was awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool that you have all three. I was probably there. I was probably around somewhere or on the bus or at under the product table. Who knows? I was probably there though. I definitely was there.
Good stuff. Okay, I have wore out my welcome, so I'm going to get out. Jason and I will get out. Avery, you want to lead another round of questions? Sure. We'll see where we land.
Yeah. So here's a question I normally ask just about every artist we've had on. If you could travel with a group that is no longer traveling, they're retired or former, what group would it be and why?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know. That's such a tough one. I'm trying to think of who's not traveling anymore. I'll just go and just shoot in the dark. I'll just say the Goodmans. I'll just be like Vestal's shy granddaughter or something. I don't know. That would be cool. I don't know. I will go with the good ones. The Goodmans.
Awesome. This is steering off of topic, so I do apologize. But do you have a specific memory or moment in your mind that just pops up if you think about the goodness of God? like maybe while singing or from your wedding or something that just lets you reflect back on his goodness?
I know I keep talking about this, but just seeing the way that the Lord has given me strength and courage to get up on stage, and because I keep talking about it because that's like the biggest transformation in my life that I've had to continually work on. And looking back from where I started and seeing even where I am now, and I still have a long ways to go, but looking back and seeing the goodness of God and to cover that range of time, and to remember how shy I used to be. Like my knees used to shake on stage and my hands would shake, and to see where I'm now, just the goodness of God and just how great he is to have helped me through that time, and to give me the courage and to continue to give me the courage to improve as well.
That's so good. That's such a good answer.
I keep talking about my shyness, but it really is like the biggest thing that I continually have to work on. So yeah.
So this is gonna be a loaded question. What is the greatest piece of advice your mom has given you?
Probably, she's always encouraged me to be myself. I know people are like, well, you have a lot of pressure and you have big shoes to fill, but my mom has never put any pressure on me, and she's never wanted me to fill her shoes. She's always wanted me to stay true to myself and to be my own singer, to be my own person, and to live my own calling as well. So that would be the biggest advice. It's not really one piece of advice. It's just the way she's raised me and the way that she has helped me navigate my life, and especially my adult life, is just to continually be myself and to figure out what the Lord has for me, not just for her, because I have lived her calling, being on the road and growing up the way I did live her calling, but now as an adult, I'm able to live my own calling. And she's always encouraged me to stay true to my calling and not just hers.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked this of all of our guests, and I won't necessarily make it a quartet just because it might be harder for you to think of, but put together your ideal Southern Gospel group. Band optional, but if you're going to put a combination of singers together, who would they be?
Okay, let me think about it. Okay, we'll go bass singer. We'll go Eric Bennett.
Oh yeah.
Let me go tenor. Let me think of a tenor. I'm trying to think. Who would I pick? This is tough.
Yeah.
Tenor. Okay, we'll just go with not a tenor. We'll just go with a high singer, my mom. How about that? Okay. Eric Bennett. Okay, and then I don't know who usually sings either baritone or lead. Lead. We'll do Jason Crabb.
Yes.
Hey.
That'd be a pretty good trio right there. And then I don't know who exactly sings what part in which group, but let's go with let's go with Levi Mills from The Sound.
Yeah. I need that now.
Could you imagine that group? That'd be so good. They come in. I form groups in my spare time.
There you go.
We need this to happen at QC.
She just made an excellent group. I would pay for that ticket.
I think that's the best lineup we might have had yet.
Maybe so.
That I
awesome.
just
For the modern
boom. Yeah.
And I will do Evan a solid since he's not able to be on here and ask the question that he put in the comments. But his last question: explain your Instagram bio when it says green bean enthusiast.
Okay, so only Evan asked me about this a few years ago, but only a few people have ever asked me about this. Something about me is I love green beans. Any kind of green bean. If I go to a restaurant, I'm ordering green beans, and I can tell you which green beans are good and which ones aren't. Cracker Barrels are very, very good. Texas Roadhouse, I'm not crazy about. Anyway, I'm very passionate about green beans. So one just random day, I think I was talking to my sister-in-law Presley, and I think she said, when I think about you, I think about green beans. And I just thought that was so funny. And I was like, well, okay, I'll take it. And I was like, I'm just a green bean enthusiast. So then I put that in my Instagram bio, and not many people have ever asked me about it. Evan is one of them, though. But yeah, that's how I got my Instagram bio. I need to change that, though. It's been years since I put that on there, but yeah, I love green beans. That's my Instagram bio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope Evan's still able to watch so he gets the answer to that. But
There you go.
Here's his response. He said, I'll take you out for some green beans.
Well,
there you go.
Even a Cracker Barrel and not Texas Roadhouse is all I can.
Yes. Don't take them to Texas Roadhouse for green beans.
And I don't do green beans all that much, but I can tell you that is accurate, though, because I've had green beans from Cracker Barrel and I've had from Texas Roadhouse. And
there's a big difference.
Texas Roadhouse, the only thing that I really like there is the bread, the rolls, and the butter anyway.
Yeah, that's why you go. For sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're going to run around one more round of questions before we wrap it up here. So I was going to I asked Katie about her husband, and I can't remember the other guest that we asked that was married. But anyway, can you give us just kind of like, I know like not the huge long story of it, but just like kind of the Cliff Notes version of how you and Chandler got to know each other and dating and then getting married?
Yeah, so I actually met Chandler through his family, Rodney Baucom, who does the Gospel Greats and the Life FM. And then I knew Rodney, and I knew his two of his sisters, Reagan and Casey, because they would always be around MQC and other Southern Gospel events we would be on. And I didn't even know they had a brother. So one year, it was actually 2019, he came to NQC with his family, and they introduced us, and we actually went out to dinner that year. And it's so funny, we joke about it now, because we went out to dinner, and it wasn't a bad dinner date. We just, neither one of us really liked each other. So we both were like, meh, whatever, like he's nice. So we texted a little while, but then we never texted again until he does video work for a living, and he came to our homecoming in 2021 to do like a little documentary about our homecoming we have every year.
Which was so good, by the way. I loved that documentary.
Yeah, he does a great job. He really does. And actually, none of us knew he was coming to do that. Singing News TV just Chandler says I ghosted him after that first meeting, but I don't remember doing that. But he sort of ghosted him through texting, but I don't think so. Anyway, 2021, he was filming a documentary, and we just kind of reconnected, and we started talking and dated a year and a half, and then got engaged, and then got married last year.
Nice.
Yeah. So once we started talking the second time, we never stopped. I didn't ghost him again, but
yeah, that's great. I always love hearing those stories, especially because a lot of people, they meet people on the road or they meet people at home, and I always love hearing those stories. It's not typical,
Right. And it's hard to meet people, especially doing what I did. It was always hard to meet people. I never would just meet somebody out. It would always have to be at a concert, pretty much. So yeah, that's where I met my husband. Pretty much was at a concert.
That is precious. Speaking of concerts, is there a song or group of songs, it doesn't have to just be one, that you love to sing, that anytime like you'll come up on it, you're like, yes?
So my favorite song that we've ever sang is I Am Blessed. And every time we do it, I'm like, yes, I love I Am Blessed. And the Lord always moves when we sing it too, but it's just my favorite to sing. I love the message of it. So whenever Mom's like, what should we sing? I'm like, I Am Blessed. And sometimes she goes with it, sometimes she doesn't. But I Am Blessed is definitely my favorite song that we sing.
Well, Avery sometimes asks this question, but I'm going to do it tonight. What are some hidden talents that you have?
Hidden talents, that's a good one. I don't know. I don't think I have any hidden talents. I do love to cook. I don't know if that's like a hidden talent, but I do love cooking. I don't know. I don't have any like weird, like quirky talents that I can just do that I can think of. Oh, I can crochet. And every so often I'll go through these crocheting spells where like I'll crochet well, there for a while I was crocheting baby hats for my niece and then Grant's little boy Oliver, but I would always make them too small. They never fit, but I still would try. But crocheting, that's probably my hidden talent. That's my hidden talent.
That's cool. Yeah.
I like to cross stitch, so I wish I could crochet, but I have never been able to figure it out. We need to just make like a little like women's knitting circle.
Right. Knitting circle. Chandler said I'm really good at wrapping. I can wrap a present, but I can't wrap it anything else.
Let's hear a little sample of that wrapping.
I'm changing my question.
I really can't wrap. I can't wrap. He's just kind of. I'm good at wrapping presents. So Christmas time is my specialty.
Good say. I'll end this on a fun note. You were talking about patio time and watching all the animals run around, and I think somebody else asked this question and we just didn't get to it. But how many pets do you have, or are those just random animals that happen to be in your yard?
Well, so it's grown through the years. So 6 years ago I got a little toy poodle, actually Libby Stuffle. Surprised me with her because my dog had passed away. Mom and Dad wouldn't let me get another one. Anyways, Libby Stuffle gave me this dog, and her name's Millie. She's over here on the couch. So she's my little girl. She's spoiled rotten. She's 10 pounds, and she's my baby. But last year, it was actually last fall. Well, when was it? It doesn't matter. Anyway, we were in Louisiana, and this man showed up with a black lab puppy for me. And like he just gave me this dog. I wasn't looking for a dog. And he happened to be on the road with us that weekend. This was before we got married, and he was like, I need this dog. And I was like, I mean, you can take it, but I don't think you can have it in Nashville with you. And so Susan ended up taking this dog. So from October to March, she had the dog. And then one day she called and was like, I can't take this dog anymore. You're going to have to take it. So we took custody of Bear. He's like a 100-pound black lab. And he is spoiled rotten. He lives outside 90% of the time. So we've had Bear for over 2 years now, or he's over 2. And then that summer, we felt bad because Bear was outside by himself and we were gone, and sometimes Chandler was gone. So we got Bear 2 kittens. They're twins. Their names are Cookie and Candy. So we got Bear has 2 twin kitten sisters who live outside with him. And then this past February, we thought it was a brilliant idea to get a puppy from our neighbor. They're little like rat terrier dogs, so they won't get too big. But her name's Bunny. So we've got 4 outside critters. We've got Bear, Bunny, Cookie, Candy, and then Millie lives inside, and she goes on the bus with us. But Chandler says, tell him about boys' weekend. So usually Chandler's at home. He's not home this week. I don't want all those animals inside because Bear sheds. He's a lab, so he sheds so much. And I don't want dog hair all over our house, so I don't let them come inside. But when I'm gone, Chandler has boys' weekend. He lets all the animals inside, and he'll watch TV with the animals every weekend. So the animals know when I'm packing my bags, they're not sad because they know they get to come inside for the weekend. This boys' weekend. Chandler has boys' weekend every weekend with the animals.
I love that.
So that's our crazy zoo. Everyone laughs at us because we're like a whole like.
Millie have a future.
I'm sorry.
Can Millie have a feature?
Yes, let me find her. Hold on 1 second. I should let Bear and Bunny in too, but it's dark outside.
Please stand by.
Please stand by for the dog. We had Katie's dog on, and it was so cute.
One of these times I'm going to
Vintage
be to my
disappeared.
dad's house and I'll bring Pepper on camera.
Oh yes, Pepper's such a cute name.
I'm still here. That's crazy.
Some more cute.
I had to track her down. She was in her crate. This is Millie. She's
Hi.
my little girl. She travels on the bus with us, so she goes on the bus and she loves the bus.
Actually,
And
I think I remember when you got her, y'all went Facebook Live to try to pick a name, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I
Remember?
settled on Millie, and then they gave me her in Jackson, Tennessee. So her middle name's June because June and Johnny Cash. We're gone.
My dog's name is June.
Oh, is it? So this is Millie June.
Yeah. She's June Carter. She was going to be Cash because she's solid black, and it was going to be like the dog in black, and then we found out it was a female, so we were like, well.
That's so cute. That's the same idea then. That's funny. Yep, this is Millie. So she's spoiled rotten.
So the show's gone to the dogs.
It has, I know. At least it hadn't gone to the zoo yet. I haven't opened my door.
We love our animals. And hey, Miss Karen has jumped on. And
she's watching.
yes,
We cooked dinner tonight, and I went over there and ate dinner with her and my dad. So that was
I want
fun.
food.
I'd sent her a little
Yeah.
text, and she said hello. So a couple of things here. We always, first of all, I know the viewers have enjoyed this, getting to watch, and it's always good for them to have time to see the artist off stage, and you can get to know a little more. And Kari, you've been just a joy to be with tonight, and your energy, and we just appreciate you with us. We'd like to give you time to talk about anything you'd like to as far as promotion of all things Kari and Peck and New River. Of course, I know we've got the NQC event coming up. Y'all will be there. But anything that you would like to promote or talk about, we would love to give you the time. I will direct everyone to take the time to go to the website. If you would go to KarenPeckandNewRiver.com, you can find all things Karen Peck and New River. You can find the music. You can shop the products. You will not find better music and better messages in song than on the projects of Karen Peck and New River, and other merchandise as well. And then you can also follow the tour schedule, follow them around, to see where they're going to be, go see them, and you can see their booking information to be able to contact, because they would love to come to a venue near you, maybe to your church. So you can reach out and book them. But Kari, I'm going to step aside. Anything that you would like to specifically talk about or promote, Karen Peck and New River?
Like you just said, follow our Bands in Town. You can download the app called Bands in Town and follow Karen Peck and New River on. My brother makes posts pretty much every week talking about where we're going to be that weekend. And then you can also see further dates in the future where we might be in your area. And also our Facebook page. So we do something called, or the boys of our group do something called the Night Owls. Every Friday night, they go online. Usually one of them's driving, and we're crazy on there. I've been on there. It depends on if I'm awake. I'll make an appearance. But we have fun with it. And there's a whole community now that they formed on the Night Owls. And now, like at concerts, people will come up and be like, hooty hoo, because that's what they do, the Night Owls. So that's a lot of fun. So check out our Facebook page, because we're very active on there. And we love hearing from everyone, and hearing what's going on in your life and interacting with people. That's our favorite part on Facebook. So definitely check out our Facebook.
Absolutely. And
when I'm awake, I love watching Night Owls, but I only catch it like every now and again because I go to bed early.
I know. Well, I haven't been on the past few because they do it at like 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I'm already asleep. I forget they're going to do it because it's already too late. So.
Sometimes I see them on live, and I'm like, I'm up too late. The Night Owls are on.
I know. That's your sign to go to bed. I know. I know.
I turn into a pumpkin about I turn into a pumpkin about 9 o'clock Central Time, so it gets late on me. So we're going to start bringing this kind of to a close, which is almost bittersweet, this being our little season finale. Real quick, I would like to say this. We still have a lot of people watching. I'm talking about a lot of people concurrently watching. Here's what I want to do for the Blowout Bash. We do some giveaways here or there, and I have in my hand 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 passes that is good for 2 tickets to the Sunday night concert of the National Quartet Convention. 2 passes, 2 tickets to the Sunday night. It's a great lineup, wonderful groups on tap.
I'm not singing.
If you will, you're not, no, Riley's not singing. We will be there in the Greenbrier room, 604 booth. But I'm going to, if you would be interested, if you will post in a comment for these last few moments, just say NQC tickets. I would like some NQC tickets. Just something to let us know. I'm going to go through after the fact and pick out 5 folks randomly. I'll do a little random spinny wheel or something, but I've got 5 individuals. So you're only getting 1 pass for 2 tickets. Let's make this clear. You're not getting 10 tickets. If you are one of those Appalachian families with all those kids, you're going to have to buy some tickets. Okay. But boy, Jason, can you edit that out?
No, I like it.
Okay. Anyway,
That
you
was
get
solid, Scott.
yeah, I'm sorry. But 1 pass for 2 tickets to 5 individual people. Does that make sense? I know if I don't say that clearly, I'm going to get my chops busted on this thing. So anyway, so if y'all are putting in those comments, we'll look for it in these last few moments. Hey, I think you might get a pass to that, Mr. Gary. I think you might be able to get in without
I think he
this.
might be there, yeah.
Yeah, I think he may have some commitments there and all that kind of good stuff.
If they need any encouragement to go, here is your lineup. You have the Ferguson family, High Road, the Hoppers, the Hassams. Did I say that right? I struggle with them. His songs. I'm going to need somebody to do that like in phonetic. Okay, Jim and Melissa Brady, Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers for my bluegrass folks, Jonathan Wilburn, Lauren Talley, the Littles, Mark Trammell Quartet, Tribute, and the Westnits. So it's a stellar lineup.
Stellar lineup. So y'all put that in the comments and we'll get there. And by the way, Gary popping in and saying that, I can't say enough how much the work that the National Quartet Convention Board puts into the National Quartet Convention, all the logistics that's involved in that, everything that makes that week go. If you see them, you need to thank them. That is a thankless job. I've heard so many things that they've had to listen to at the tables and things that's been said, and just it's part of it. I know, because human beings are just human beings, but they love Southern gospel artists, they love Southern gospel fans, and they do so much work. So if you get a chance, say thank you and for all that they do to bring this great event to us for the National Quartet Convention. And so as we're coming to a close, and Kari, if we'll say our goodbyes off air if you don't mind, but we're coming to a close. I hope that y'all have enjoyed getting to know Kari as much as this has been fun for us to talk to her off camera or off stage, kind of behind the scenes, and been a joy. And we appreciate you so much, Kari, for joining us. If you're still watching this, we appreciate those shares, like the SBM Studios page. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're really trying to build that. We're going to see y'all at National Quartet Convention. Y'all, we're going to take a few weeks off, but this year has been amazing. I went back and I made a post, and one of my cousins said he posted in there. He remembered when I talked to him that when I was talking about, I've got this idea. And it just seems so surreal that about a year and a quarter after that here we are. And this has just been such a blessing to the young artist and young fan community. And it's just been a joy to be a part. I'm the old guy that really don't belong here. But I hope that everybody watching has felt my love for you, my love for the young people who sing the music, who represent the Lord and share the gospel in song. I love the young. I'm an old youth pastor. I love y'all so much. It just brings joy to my heart. And the young fans, I hope you have seen that Papa loves you too, and is just so proud to have you on board. proud of my crew that's been in on this and just done a wonderful job. Thankful Aaron has joined us as a middle-aged young person. So, yeah, it's just been a blessing. But we will take a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. We'll try to have an episode on to kick off season 2 before NQC. Come see us at the table. Come see us. We'll be there. We'll have some time all there, and then there'll be some of us around through the week. And just come see us. And also, I would say this in the Southern Gospel family, if y'all will, please, and there's so many needs I know out there, continue to remember Autumn as she navigates the things that she is navigating right now. I tell you what, it's like at the Mark Trammell Quartet homecoming when Jay Perrick was emceeing after learning the news and Saturday night concert, and he was leading us and said, it's time, the church, do we believe or don't we believe? And if you want to see a picture of strength and a testimony for the Lord and somebody who believes, you watch the testimony that Autumn is putting forth in front of the world. She is just she has blessed this old heart. And just please continue to pray for her, Todd, all these families that were affected. And also, would you lift up Miss Larissa Trammell? She has had some medical issues, serious medical issues, if y'all have followed along with Mark and Nick. But please pray for her. She's doing better. Talked with Nick today, and she is doing better. But just please continue to lift them up and lift up that family. We are a family, and we love each other, and we would just appreciate you lifting them in prayer. Is there anything else that I have missed to my crew? Any last words, any last statements?
I just want to say thank you to everybody who supported us. Even for those who didn't start from the very beginning, we've grown such a community. I have loved, very recently I went, and there is so many people that come up and say, I love what you guys are doing. I love the community. It's a lot of young people. And before then, I would go to these singings and not know anybody. And now I can go to these singings and know 3 or 4 people. And I just love what we're building here. And I really appreciate everybody who has joined in and artists who have poured into us and given us their time.
Yes.
That means so much to us.
Yes.
So thank you to everybody who makes this possible. It really means a lot to us.
Anybody else?
I don't think I can say it any better than that. But I also appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much for watching this season. I know there's been so many of you that have commented, like Avery said, come up to us at concerts and things and encourage us. And I think that helps keep us going. So thank y'all so much, and tune in for season 2 coming soon.
Yeah,
absolutely. And Leah, thank you for joining us tonight. I hope we see you again.
I hope so too. It has been so much fun.
Good. And Aaron, thank you for coming in mid-season and being with us.
Thank you for having me. I didn't go into it expecting to be as permanent a part of it as I've ended up being. But
sorry.
This has been great. It's very professional, but still laid back and chill at the same time. And just the positivity is something that's sorely needed on social media in general, but especially even in gospel music world, really. So thankful for Scott's vision and for the team that he's put around him to help carry it out. And it's cool to be part of it. So thanks to everybody who hops on with us from week to week. This wouldn't be anything without the people commenting and watching, and just looking forward to the future. And thanks to all the guests. They've all been great. Kari, this has been awesome. Thank you for being part of this and helping finish out this first season, and here's to the future.
And on our crew, thanks so much to Jason and Dawson and what they do behind the scenes. They make this ship go. Y'all, we love the comments. There is no way we can get every comment and every question up, but they do a good job. Thank you, Jason, for being my buddy, first of all, my best friend, my brother from another mother. And love y'all to death. Thank you so much for being a part of us. And Kari, thank you for being willing to spend this time with us. And you've been a blessing to us. Hopefully it's been a good little moment of joy for you as well.
Yes, thank you guys so much. It's been such a fun night, and thank you guys for keeping it relaxed, because I get nervous when things aren't relaxed in interview settings. So this has been fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. We are just so tickled you're with us. To our watchers, again, we love you so much. We thank you so much for the awesome year. We will be back soon, but until then, remember, we love you. And more than that, the Lord loves you. Y'all have a blessed night. We'll see you next time around the bend on Southern Gospel Forward.
There it was.